we're in the next part. I was telling you guys about the darkness cemetery rituals that were done, that God showed me, and how it is that I'm fighting that, and how it hurts, therefore, that I have to silence my comments on TikTok, because Labantu Balaba, they went for my YouTube channel in particular. TikTok and right, they slow, just like any TikTok grows. In fact, no, it's slower than it ought to be. Mara, it's been okay-ish until recently. So I can't. And TikTok yaka slow so now for batho that have already followed me. They liked something that I did some weeks ago, and now they're commenting horribly. It's a manifestation. You know, guys, if a demon can use you, check to see if you are saved. Ha ba ni demon ya gona prospera ho cause hore o etsa something etuleng ke a ka itlhokomela. These people in my comment section manifested demons because the devil wants to discourage me. O batla vele vele hore ke silence the comments, because what's about without the comments tick button being there to allow for comments? TikTok takes me nowhere. So now I have gone on and silenced comments again, restricting my growth. But TikTok is not my main place that I'm trying to grow on. It's just a place where I rock up to try and edify people, because it's another platform. YouTube is the main place I keep batlang. So that has really broken my heart after what it is that has happened to it. And I'm setting it free. So I guess now that I'm about to get deliverance on YouTube, I won't really be so hurt when I upload a 7-part, a 30-part, a 39 part. There was a time when I did a 39 part and literally nobody watches me, or I get 1 or 2 hearts there, 1 or 2 people that like, and my stuff doesn't take. It won't hurt as badly. TikTok, God used it as salve on my open wounds, because He caused TikTok to comfort me in the season of my deliverance way of the YouTube spell. The Lord made it clear to me that YouTube is not responsible. I'm not shadow banned. I look shadow banned, but I'm not in a very business professional sense by the organization that is YouTube shadow banned. YouTube is doing what it needs, what it does with new content that is uploaded by a creator. I am not shadow banned by YouTube, but I look shadow banned. And there are many Christian channels that are struggling with this. And the spells that they're casting, we have to pray and fast them away. But there's going to come a time when God just simply does not allow them to go out like that. That is how bad the situation is in South Africa. Kaboloyi, wena o dutseng ko mosebetsing for 5 years or 1, unzo struggle o thola promotion, or o train everyone up, next thing ke boss ya gago, or ke supervisor ya another department for a job that you applied for. You think you're not bewitched because you're gathering a salary. You're still working, o comfortable le kolwa gago gona o tshela petrol every month. Wena o dutseng o le mosadi mo pila at 36. At 33, also every guy pulls a stunt. You might not be persecuted by your family or thrown out on the street by friends. You might not have lost wonkum ganwako, and you might not be getting wonkum ganwako treating you like you are the scum of the earth. You ain't jack. Ingati wonkumuntu in your family has passed away. Things might not be that bad for you. But by mere virtue of the fact that ublomile at 33 grandshap, you were supposed to marry at 27, you were supposed to marry at 25. Wedding ring ya gago wedding ring I rekileng ko stenzi kaofela I pata ko like a makeshift wedding ring I winding together as a wire I kenya ko lebitleng gore o ska nyalwa, or at least o ska nyalwa until you turn 40, or o ska nyalwa until you give like some random irresponsible baby daddy bana by 2 ebe lead separator, and so o tlo tsena o setletse or drop these standards because you already have 2 children, and so whoever you end up married to, it's like one of those I wouldn't have if I didn't have kids. Mara at least you know batla nyala, so I'll take it. You who are sitting in that kind of situation, high school, wonkumuntu imagined you as the most likely to marry well because you were so beautiful and so put together, and you were such a sweet konyani, and today you are like 33. You've had 3 really bad relationships, and one of them said the dude was abusive. Those are the kinds of things that are coming up against you, precisely because noli mupila ko skolong wonke umuntu a voted as the most likely to marry well. Precisely because of that vote, there is a friend o tsamaileng a lo etsa ritual ya lo kopa sangoma hore a bloke lengalo la gago. Motho a teng ena ba tsamaya lo nyala, and then ka lengalo la teng la teng a ba go jivelang ka re ke Beyonce, a go bunyela what goes around comes back around, a go khomela ka lengalo la gagwe. Meanwhile, you were supposed to long ago be the one to walk down that aisle to a really great guy. It might not be so obvious in your life, because your life is not as badly everything has not fallen apart the way that my life has, and so you undermine what's going on with me, and so you spiritually gaslight me, and you want to cause me to second guess how badly afflicted spiritually my life is. But I'm trying to help you understand that onto udutsi go 9 to 5 ngole comfortable go na reka digroza every single month, o gona patala rente, o na le full tank of gas mo koloing. You likely have got a full tank of gas in one car instead of 10, because that's how many you were supposed to have. You You likely have got umsebenzi as a project manager when you're supposed to already be the executive. You likely are married to a man that is just okay to you when you could have been married to the most loving, like cherishing gem of Christ that would have made out of you a wonderfully happy woman. Mara jwanong o setletse, you're just, you win some, you lose some. When you do that just because your biological clock is ticking, how do you reject? It's not your best, your most favorite. If anything, you don't even love him as much as you love some of your exes, Mara. Or who propose it. It's stuff like that. And yet, you think I'm the one here that's challenged. The only reason my life is blocked or closed in on all sides is because I rejected compromise. I rejected it, and as a result, everything that is supposed to come into my life is compromised, is minimized. Because I rapella, I lokolla, I fastella, I polosa, ngisindisa, izinto zami bazitshontshile from mabita. The various grave sites where they have buried imoto zam, amandlu wam, indoda yam, nabantwana bam, umtshato joyful. All those things ebazitshontshile. I'm busy fasting and praying for them because some demons only come out with fasting and prayer. So let's go and testimony yaka le teng ha modimo ang sendile hore ke lo bua ka something, guys. Ha a re karabo bua ka this, it's because he knows it's a problem for you, Pinky, for you, Mina, for you, Jumaima, for you, Renelwe, for you, Retabile. Mo le dutseng teng Jabu le Jono. You've got my challenges, it's just that yours are not as prolific as mine. Mara, who in the world, upon waking up to know hore ba mo tsaya tse dikoloi tse 3 o dutse ka jako ka Toyota Teze fela, who would not get upset at that? Who? Ke mang o ka se bore ke taba ya go find out hore Grand Shapo during COVID-19 was spiritual, that you were supposed to be among the resources your company kept because you were that valuable. But now today you're facing eviction from your property. Ntlo e rekileng tshwantse jwanong o lo kopantsha le ankele ka mo ko saiteng o lo gereza o lo hustler o lo keep that ntlo. Mara ka nako teng you were supposed to be promoted instead of lose your job. If you were to find that out, like I keep on fantasizing or imagining about the great white throne judgment where the whole world is going to be judged. How many people are going to be crying there about all the things that were stolen from them? Basa yitsi banana no hore ba normal fela ba phela just a mediocre life. We thinking dibzo la gagwe la bona ke little Miss Daisy o comfortable fela ka just a small little pocket of acquisition that you gained. As long as you tshwara ke tlala o setletse fela, you just took it, and then God shows you you were supposed to own 3 properties and a big fat multi-million rand corporation. You were supposed to have 12 children, many of which are going to be adopted, and these kids were going to become prolific servants of God in the kingdom of heaven. One of them was going to become the president of your country, but you could only bear 3 children. And then following that, you ended up having a hysterectomy because of an illness that was brought onto you by a witch. How many of you are going to find out the men and the women you were supposed to be married to and how great and excellent husbands and wives they were going to be, but you lost them? Dinto that you, because you did not consecrate your life to Jesus, you allowed them to slip. You allowed yourself to settle. And so for those reasons, you lost all that acquisition. Ntweki buang, ke sense. Don't gaslight what I see. Embrace what I speak. Gauge if at all you're in trouble. Fast on your behalf and that of your country and your family, and see the Lord loose us. I am fighting for myself. Consortium of prayer. Where 2 or 3 are gathered, there he is with us. 1 can bring down 1,000, 2 can bring down 10,000. Instead of waiting 11 years, restored to future. This thing could have been fixed in 2 years. This thing could have been fixed in 1 year if only the church came together. Mara, when you say it ain't broken, so don't try to fix it, when you claim a problem, then you're not going to ever deal with the diagnosis. If you say Mara Karabo, you're the only one, the rest of us we've got jobs. Yeah, but why? Where are you supposed to be? Where are you supposed to be? The only reason I am ousted of society is because I am resisting compromise, and so I am essentially barren, bankrupt, poor, insolvent. But I have my day in court waiting, and the only reason this has taken so long is because I have not had supported prayer. Halerapele, Bazalwan. Halerapele, South Africa. La setela. Bona hore le tsaile in your stride ga ka di power cut. It's become normal for you. So di planel. Your country is corrupt. You're not even praying for the uprooting of wickedness in your governments. So ha le tsetse le utsweditswe jwanong. Ke a le ka understand le tlhaloseditswe mara le tlhoile prophecy. And so le khosteng ngwana batho ra disable di comment ko TikTok as ka gona gola anymore.